Let me ask you something. What does owning your future mean to you? It's not just about setting goals or working harder. It's about taking full responsibility for where you are today and where you'll be tomorrow. Ownership means no excuses, no blaming, no waiting for someone else to hand you success. 2025 is your blank slate, my friends. The canvas is yours, but the brush is in your hand. What will you paint? Will it be a masterpiece? Or will it be another year of missed opportunities and unfulfilled dreams? Today, we're going to take a deep dive into what it means to own your future. We'll explore the mindset, habits, and strategies that will transform 2025 into the year you've always dreamed of. Are you ready? Let's begin. What do you want from life? Have you ever really stopped to think about it? Not what your parents want, not what your friends expect, but what you truly desire. The answer to that question is your compass. Without clear goals, you'll drift aimlessly, wasting time and energy on tasks that don't align with your true desires. Goals provide direction, purpose, and focus. They act as a guiding light, leading you through the storms of doubt, distraction, and difficulty. But here's the thing, clarity is everything. You can't hit a target you can't see. Here's the key: write your goals down. A goal in your mind is just a wish. When you commit it to paper, it becomes a tangible target. Writing engages your mind, reinforces your commitment, and makes you more likely to act. But don't stop there. Break your goals into smaller, actionable steps. A lofty goal might feel overwhelming, but dividing it into daily or weekly tasks makes it manageable. I once met a man who told me, "Jim, I want to be successful, but I don't know where to start." I asked him, "What does success look like to you?" He couldn't answer. He had a vague idea, but no specific vision. So I challenged him to write down his goals. A year later, he came back and said, "Jim, that one exercise changed my life. I'm now on a clear path and I feel unstoppable." That's the power of clarity. In 2025, don't let your goals be dreams that float away with the wind. Write them down, make them real, and then act on them every single day. Now let's talk about mindset. Your mindset is the foundation of everything you'll achieve or fail to achieve. It's the lens through which you see the world. And here's the truth: a fixed mindset will keep you stuck, but a growth mindset will set you free. A fixed mindset says, "I can't." A growth mindset says, "I'll learn how." A fixed mindset avoids challenges. A growth mindset embraces them. And my friends, owning your future requires a growth mindset. You have to believe that your abilities aren't set in stone. They can be developed through hard work, learning, and perseverance. You have to see obstacles as opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and better. The way you talk to yourself matters. Words like "I'll try" or "maybe" have no place in the vocabulary of someone who owns their future. Replace them with "I will" and "I must." I remember when I was starting out, I had a fear of public speaking. I thought, "Jim, you're just not cut out for this," but then I caught myself. I changed my mindset from "I can't" to "I'll practice until I worked on my craft, one speech at a time." I stand before you because I didn't let a fixed mindset hold me back. In 2025, adopt a growth mindset. See yourself not as a finished product, but as a work in progress. And every challenge you face, treat it as a stepping stone to greatness. Let me tell you something about habits. Habits are the building blocks of your life. They're the small decisions you make every day that compound over time to create massive results or massive regrets. Here's the key: success isn't about doing extraordinary things once in a while. It's about doing ordinary things consistently. Wake up early, read every day, exercise, plan your day the night before. These may seem simple, but their power lies in their consistency. Your habits are your future. What you repeatedly do becomes who you are. In 2025, focus on building habits that align with your goals and let go of the ones that don't. I once had a habit of procrastination. I'd put things off until the last minute and then scramble to get them done. One day, my mentor told me, "Jim, procrastination is the thief of opportunity that hit me like a ton of bricks." I decided then and there to change. I started creating daily routines, setting priorities, and holding myself accountable. The results were life-changing. In 2025, take control of your habits. Start small, but start today. Because the habits you create now will determine the life you live tomorrow. Fear is the greatest enemy of success. It whispers in your ear, telling you to play it safe, to stay in your comfort zone. But here's the thing: nothing great ever happens in the comfort zone. If you want to own your future, you have to face your fears head on. Whether it's fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown, You must confront it with courage and determination. Action is the antidote to fear. The longer you wait, the bigger your fear becomes. But when you take that first step, fear begins to shrink. I once knew a young entrepreneur who was terrified of launching his business. He had the skills, the plan, and the passion, but fear held him back. I told him, take one small step today, just one. He did, and then another, and another. Today he's running a thriving business, all because he didn't let fear win. In 2025, don't let fear hold you back. Take bold, decisive action, because action is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Let's talk about discipline, my friends. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's the foundation upon which every success story is built. Without discipline, even the best laid plans crumble. Self-discipline means doing what you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's getting up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's saying no to distractions when your goals demand focus. It's making the hard choice because you know it's the right choice. Discipline is a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. But just like any muscle, it requires effort, consistency, and time to build. I once knew a man who struggled with procrastination. He had great ideas, but no follow-through. One day, he decided to create a disciplined journal. Every time he completed a task, no matter how small, he recorded it. Over time, he started building momentum. By the end of that year, he had achieved more than he had in the previous 5 years combined. That's the power of self-discipline. In 2025, let discipline be your guide. When you master discipline, you master your destiny. Life isn't always smooth sailing. Challenges, setbacks, and disappointments are inevitable. But here's the thing, it's not about what happens to you, it's about how you respond. Resilience is your ability to bounce back, to keep moving forward no matter what life throws at you. Resilience is built through experience, through facing adversity head-on and refusing to give up. It's about turning your setbacks into setups for a comeback. Your attitude in tough times defines your altitude in life. Choose to see every challenge as a lesson. Every obstacle is an opportunity to grow stronger. I once met a young woman who had lost everything in a financial crisis. She was devastated but refused to let it break her. Instead, she used the experience to learn, adapt, and rebuild. Today, she's not just financially stable, she's thriving. Her resilience turned her life around. In 2025, commit to building resilience. When you do, no obstacle will be too great, no setback too severe to overcome. Education doesn't stop after school. The moment you stop learning, you stop growing. And in a world that's constantly changing, the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn is one of your greatest assets. Reading, attending seminars, listening to audio programs, these are the tools of growth. They expand your mind, sharpen your skills, and keep you ahead of the curve. Investing in yourself is the best investment you'll ever make. The more you learn, the more you earn, not just financially, but in terms of fulfillment, confidence, and impact. Years ago, I decided to read at least one book a week. At first, it felt like a chore. But soon, I realized the wealth of knowledge I was gaining. That simple habit transformed my thinking, my career, and my life. And it can do the same for you. In 2025, commit to being a lifelong learner. Because the person you become in the process will be worth far more than the knowledge you gain. Gratitude is the key to a fulfilled life. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you create a mindset of abundance. Gratitude shifts your perspective, reminding you of the beauty, opportunities, and blessings that surround you every day. But gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's a practice. Start and end each day by reflecting on the things you're thankful for. Write them down. Say them out loud. Share them with others. Gratitude multiplies what you have. The more you practice it, the more reasons you'll find to be grateful. I once met a man who had lost his job, his home, and his savings. Yet, he told me, Jim, I'm grateful. I still have my health, my family, and my faith. That attitude didn't just keep him going, it inspired others around him. And eventually, he rebuilt his life stronger than before. In 2025, let gratitude be your anchor. Because when you're grateful, you're unstoppable. Success isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you share it with. Relationships are the fabric of life. They provide support, encouragement, and joy. But great relationships don't just happen, they're built through trust, communication, and effort. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, challenge you, and believe in you. And just as importantly, be that person for others. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. I once had a mentor who told me, Jim, Your network is your net worth. I didn't fully understand it at the time, but now I see the truth in it. The people you surround yourself with shape your thoughts, your habits, and ultimately your future. In 2025, nurture the relationships that matter, because no success is truly fulfilling if you achieve it alone. At the end of the day, success isn't just about what you gain, it's about what you give. Your legacy is the impact you leave behind, the lives you touch, and the difference you make in the world. Ask yourself, what kind of legacy do I want to create? What values do I want to pass on? How do I want to be remembered? Live each day with intention. Because your legacy isn't built in a single moment, it's built in the small, consistent actions you take every day. I once knew a man who spent his life mentoring others, sharing his wisdom and time freely. When he passed, the outpouring of love and gratitude from those he'd helped was overwhelming. His legacy wasn't measured in wealth, but in the lives he changed. In 2025, start building your legacy. Because the true measure of a life well lived is the impact you have on others. Change is inevitable, my friends. Whether we like it or not, the world moves forward. Seasons shift, industries evolve, and life marches on. The question isn't whether change will come, the question is how you'll respond when it does. You see, change can be your greatest ally if you learn to embrace it. Most people resist change because it's uncomfortable, but growth lies on the other side of discomfort. Success isn't about avoiding change, it's about adapting to it. Flexibility is the hallmark of a forward-thinking individual. I knew a man who spent 20 years in a stable job, but when his industry changed, he was left scrambling. Instead of panicking, he decided to embrace the shift. He took new courses, learned emerging skills, and within a year, he was in a thriving new role. He told me, Jim, the best thing I ever did was stop fighting change and start flowing with it. In 2025, don't fear change, welcome it. Use it as a springboard to your next level of growth. Time is life's most precious resource. Unlike money, you can't earn more of it. Unlike possessions, you can't buy it back. Once it's gone forever. So the way you manage your time is the way you manage your life. Successful people don't necessarily work harder, they work smarter. They prioritize, they delegate, and they focus on high-value activities. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters most. Guard your time like your life depends on it, because it does. Spend it wisely, invest it carefully, and never waste it. I once knew a man who kept a journal tracking every hour of his day. At the end of each week, he'd review how he spent his time and adjust accordingly. Over the years, this habit transformed him into one of the most productive individuals I've ever met. His secret, he treated time as his most valuable currency. In 2025, master your time and you'll master your life. Remember, the clock is always ticking. If there's one thing that separates the successful from the unsuccessful, it's this: successful people take responsibility for their lives. They don't blame circumstances, the economy, or other people. They look in the mirror and say, if it's to be, it's up to me. Taking responsibility means owning your decisions, your actions, and your outcomes. It means recognizing that while you can't control everything, you can always control how you respond. Responsibility is empowerment. When you take full ownership of your life, you gain the power to change it. I once met a young man who was stuck in a dead-end job. For years, he blamed his boss, his coworkers, even the city he lived in. But one day, he realized the common denominator in all his problems was himself. He took responsibility, started upgrading his skills, and within months, he was in a better role with better pay. That shift in mindset changed everything for him. In 2025, take full responsibility for your future. Because when you do, nothing and no one can stop you. Your health is the foundation of everything you do. Without energy, it's hard to pursue your goals, stay focused, or enjoy life. Yet many people neglect their health in the pursuit of success, only to realize too late that it's their most important asset. Good health is a daily practice. It's not just about avoiding illness, it's about thriving. Eating well, exercising, resting, and managing stress aren't just good habits, they're essential for peak performance. Your body is the engine that drives your life. Treat it with care, and it will carry you far. I remember a man who worked tirelessly for decades, only to suffer a health scare that forced him to slow down. That wake-up call led him to prioritize his health. He started small morning walks, better meals, more sleep. Within a year, his energy levels soared, and so did his productivity. In 2025, make your health a priority. Because without it, success has no value. Finally, let's talk about purpose. Purpose is the reason you wake up in the morning. It's the fire in your belly, the driving force behind your goals. Without purpose, life can feel hollow no matter how much you achieve. Living with purpose means aligning your actions with your values and passions. It means contributing to something greater than yourself, leaving the world better than you found it. Purpose gives meaning to your journey. It's not just about where you're going, it's about why you're going there. I once met a man who had everything: money, status, success, but he was deeply unhappy because he lacked a sense of purpose. When he started volunteering his time and using his resources to help others, his life transformed. He told me, "Jim, purpose isn't something you find, it's something you create." In 2025, live with purpose. Because when you do, every step you take becomes meaningful, and every success becomes fulfilling. Fear is a natural part of life. But the secret to success is not eliminating fear, it's learning how to handle it. Fear paralyzes the unprepared, but for those who act despite it, fear becomes the fuel for growth. You see, fear is a signal. It's a sign that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, that you're about to grow. If you're not afraid of something, you might not be challenging yourself enough. The key to overcoming fear is taking small steps forward, even when you don't feel ready. Every step you take diminishes the power fear has over you. Fear is a feeling, not a fact. Don't let it stop you. Use it as a signal to move forward. I once spoke to a woman who had a passion for speaking, but fear held her back. She was afraid of rejection and failure. But she decided to face her fear head on. Her first speech was a disaster. Nervousness took over. She stumbled on words, but she kept going. By the 10th speech, she was confident and impactful. Fear never disappeared, but it became a force she could use to propel her forward. In 2025, when fear shows up, don't run from it. Run toward it, and you'll find that the more you face it, the less power it has over you. Your network is your net worth. The people you surround yourself with have the power to lift you higher or pull you down. If you want to achieve great things, you must learn to associate with like-minded, success-oriented people. A strong network is built on trust, mutual respect, and shared values. It's not about using others to climb the ladder, it's about building relationships where everyone grows together. Your relationships will shape your future. Cultivate a network of people who challenge, inspire, and support you. I once met a man who was struggling to grow his business. He was isolated, working alone, and feeling stuck. But one day he made a deliberate decision to attend networking events. Slowly, he connected with mentors, clients, and collaborators. Within months, his business had transformed not just because of his work, but because of the powerful relationships he'd cultivated. In 2025, invest in your network. Remember, the people you know today can open doors to opportunities you haven't even imagined. Success doesn't come from a single grand action. It comes from the accumulation of small, consistent actions over time. It's easy to get excited about a new goal, to start strong, but the real challenge is showing up every day, especially when motivation wanes. Consistency is the secret to turning your dreams into reality. It's the key to building momentum and maintaining progress. The more you do something, the easier it becomes, and the closer you get to your goal. Consistency compounds. A little effort repeated every day creates massive results over time. I knew a man who wanted to get in shape, but he didn't want to spend hours at the gym. Instead, he committed to 20-minute workouts every day. It wasn't much, but after a few months, his health had dramatically improved. He wasn't doing anything extreme, he was just consistent. That consistency turned into a lifestyle. In 2025, make consistency your ally. Commit to showing up every day, and soon enough, you'll see results that will astonish you. Personal growth is the most rewarding investment you'll ever make. The more you grow as a person, the more valuable you become to the world. Knowledge, skills, mindset, these are the assets that pay the best dividends. The key is continuous improvement. Never stop learning, never stop growing. Read books, attend seminars, seek mentorship, and always ask yourself, how can I become better today than I was yesterday? Your personal growth determines your personal success. Invest in becoming the best version of yourself, and success will follow. I remember a man who felt stuck in his career. He had plateaued and wasn't sure how to move forward. One day, he decided to invest in himself by reading a book on leadership. That one book sparked a series of new ideas. He started taking courses, attending workshops, and seeking feedback. Within a year, he was promoted to a higher position and recognized as one of the top performers in his company. In 2025, make personal growth a lifelong commitment. Every step forward you take will create a future that is unimaginable today. Your mindset is everything. If you see the world through a lens of negativity, that's what you'll attract. But if you shift your perspective, Focus on the positive and train your mind to look for opportunities. That's what will show up in your life. Positivity is a choice, and it's one of the most powerful choices you can make. It doesn't mean ignoring the challenges, it means choosing to focus on solutions instead of problems. Your attitude is a magnet for the life you want. Cultivate a positive mindset, and you'll attract the circumstances, people, and opportunities that match it. I met a woman who had faced unimaginable setbacks, losing a job, a failed business, health problems. Yet she refused to let negativity take over. She adopted an optimistic mindset and focused on what she could control. Over time, her situation turned around. She landed a new job, started a side business, and improved her health simply because she chose to focus on the good. In 2025, choose positivity. See setbacks as lessons, challenges as opportunities, and the best is yet to come. Success requires sacrifice. It's easy to want everything without paying the price, but the truth is that for every great achievement, there's a price tag attached. Whether it's time, comfort, or pleasure, you'll need to sacrifice something to get where you want to go. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your success. It's the ability to delay gratification, to say no to the easy things in favor of the hard things that will get you ahead. Success is built on sacrifice. Be willing to give up what you want now for what you want most. I once worked with a man who dreamed of running his own company. But to get there, he had to sacrifice nights out, luxuries, and immediate pleasures. Instead, he worked late into the night, learning the skills he needed to succeed. After years of hard work, he built a business that provided him more than he ever imagined. He told me the sacrifices were worth it. Success doesn't come easy, but it's always worth it. In 2025, be prepared to sacrifice. If you do what others won't, you'll get what others can't. Financial literacy is not about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep and how well you manage it. Wealth isn't just about earning more, it's about understanding the principles of money, investing wisely, and managing your resources to create long-term security. In 2025, stop thinking of money as something that just comes and goes. Start treating it as a tool to build your future. Money is a tool, not a goal. Learn how to manage it wisely and it will work for you. I met a young man who made great money early on, but spent it all on things that didn't matter. Over time, he had nothing to show for his income. He turned things around by educating himself on financial principles, saving, investing, and managing debt. Today, he's financially independent and teaches others how to manage their money. In 2025, become financially literate. Understand the basics of wealth creation and put that knowledge to work for you. Action is where success begins. You can have all the knowledge, all the plans, all the dreams, but without action, none of it matters. You must take bold, consistent steps toward your goals, even when the path seems unclear. The key is to act in faith. You don't need to know everything, but you need to act anyway. The moment you take action, the world starts to open up. Opportunities begin to show up, and you start to see progress. Action is the catalyst that turns dreams into reality. A young woman I knew wanted to start her own business, but was terrified of failing. One day, she decided to take the first small step, launching her product online. That one action set off a chain reaction. She learned, adapted, and grew. Today, her business thrives because she dared to take that first bold step. In 2025, don't just think about what you want, act on it. The boldest actions lead to the biggest rewards. Gratitude is the foundation of a fulfilling life. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you attract more of what you desire. It's easy to get caught up in chasing goals and forget to appreciate what you already have. But taking time to reflect on your blessings creates a positive mindset that fuels success. Gratitude is the foundation of a fulfilling life. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you attract more of what you desire. It's easy to get caught up in chasing goals and forget to appreciate what you already have. But taking time to reflect on your blessings creates a positive mindset that fuels success. The reflection is equally important. It helps you learn from the past, celebrate progress, and plan for the future. Gratitude opens the door to abundance. Reflection turns experience into wisdom. I remember someone who kept a gratitude journal for a year. Every day they wrote 3 things they were thankful for. By the end of the year, they not only felt happier, but also noticed that opportunities seemed to come more naturally. Gratitude changed their outlook and their results. In 2025, practice gratitude daily and take time to reflect. You'll find yourself on a path of continuous growth and fulfillment. Purpose is what gives life meaning. Without it, even the most significant achievements feel hollow. Purpose is your why. It's the reason you get up every morning and the driving force behind your actions. To find your purpose, ask yourself, what do I truly care about? What legacy do I want to leave? Then, align your actions with that purpose. Living with purpose doesn't mean you won't face challenges. It means those challenges will feel worthwhile. When you live with purpose, everything else falls into place. I once met a man who felt lost despite his success. He had money, recognition, but no fulfillment. He decided to focus on his passion for teaching, sharing his knowledge with others. Suddenly, life had meaning again. His purpose became his guide, and everything else aligned around it. In 2025, live with purpose. Find your why and let it fuel your journey. That's where true success lies. My friends, 2025 is your year to shine. It's your year to dream big, work hard, and make things happen. But remember, the future doesn't just happen to you. You create it, one decision, one habit, one action at a time. So as we part ways today, I leave you with this question. What kind of life do you want to look back on when 2025 comes to an end? Own your future. Make it unforgettable. And most importantly, make it yours.